At 8:30 a.m. on a contested front line in the Donetsk Oblast, a Ukrainian eye in the sky spotted them first. Advancing across the open terrain was a Russian mechanized assault group, a steel spearhead aimed directly at Ukrainian positions near the industrial city of Kostiantynivka. The column, assessed to be company-sized, was a formidable mix of main battle tanks and amphibious infantry fighting vehicles, their holds filled with assault troops. Their mission was clear: to breach Ukrainian defensive lines, seize a tactical foothold, and shatter the sector's defenses. This sector around Kostiantynivka is a critical defensive hub for Ukrainian forces, making it a primary objective for Russian offensive maneuvers. In response to Russia's reliance on such mechanized assaults, Ukrainian defenders, including the specialized 12th Special Purpose Azov Brigade, have perfected a lethal counter-strategy. They integrate real-time aerial reconnaissance with the surgical precision of first-person view, FPV drones, to neutralize armored threats before they can strike. Immediately upon identification, operators from the Azov Brigade scrambled to intercept the advancing column. Their primary tool was a coordinated swarm of FPV loitering munitions, small, agile drones armed with powerful explosive warheads, often adapted from RPG-7 projectiles, providing a devastatingly precise and cost-effective anti-armor capability. At 8:45 a.m., the first wave of FPV drones was launched. The initial tactical priority was to halt the column's advance by targeting its lead elements. An overwatching reconnaissance drone provided continuous targeting data. The first confirmed strike targeted a Russian amphibious infantry fighting vehicle, likely a BMP-2, moving at speed. Footage from the FPV drone's onboard camera shows a terminal approach at a high velocity, striking the vehicle's side hull. A subsequent view from the observation drone confirms a direct impact, resulting in a significant explosion and the immediate emission of thick white smoke, indicating a catastrophic internal fire and the probable ignition of onboard ammunition or fuel. The vehicle veered off its path and came to a halt, effectively neutralized and creating an obstacle for the vehicles following behind it. Subsequently, between 8:48 a.m. and 9:15 a.m., a series of methodical strikes were carried out against the now disrupted Russian column. With the lead element destroyed, the subsequent vehicles were forced to slow down, break formation, and maneuver in a less coordinated fashion, making them more vulnerable to individual targeting. A second FPV drone was directed towards another amphibious infantry fighting vehicle. The drone operator skillfully navigated the munition to approach the target from the rear quarter. The impact resulted in a significant detonation. This second kill further compounded the disarray within the Russian formation. Concurrently, a main battle tank, identified as a T-series model fitted with a prominent anti-drone screen, or cope cage, over its turret, became a high-priority target. These cages are a field modification intended to prematurely detonate incoming drones, but their effectiveness is limited, especially against skilled operators who can target exposed areas. An FPV operator initiated an attack run on this tank. The drone's camera feed shows it approaching the tank from a shallow dive angle. The operator guided the drone underneath the protective screen to strike the turret ring or upper hull. The video feed cuts out upon impact, a standard occurrence for FPV munitions. Overhead imagery confirms an explosion on the tank, which began emitting dense smoke, indicating significant damage and a high probability of being rendered combat ineffective. The crew's status could not be determined, but a mobility or firepower kill was assessed as highly likely. Minutes later, another armored vehicle, partially concealed by sparse vegetation, was targeted. This strike demonstrated the flexibility of FPV drones in engaging targets that might have partial cover from direct fire weapons. The operator maneuvered the drone on a precise trajectory to impact the vehicle, resulting in another successful neutralization. The cumulative effect of these rapid, successive strikes was the complete fragmentation of the Russian assault group's armored spearhead. The operation transitioned from halting a cohesive advance to systematically destroying isolated and exposed vehicles. By 9:20 a.m., with their transport vehicles destroyed or disabled, surviving Russian infantry were forced to dismount and seek cover in the open fields, and along tree lines. This dismounted element, now lacking armored support and mobility, became the next target set for Ukrainian drone operators. An observation drone identified a concentration of Russian soldiers attempting to regroup. A different type of asset was likely employed for this phase, possibly another FPV drone with an anti-personnel fragmentation warhead, or a drone capable of dropping munitions like modified VOG grenades. Drone footage shows a munition detonating directly amidst the group of soldiers. The blast radius and fragmentation effect were observed to have caused multiple casualties, effectively suppressing the infantry's ability to organize a coherent assault or defensive posture on foot. This action underscored the multi-purpose role of drones in the engagement, used not only for anti-armor roles, but also for anti-personnel objectives, preventing the surviving infantry from pressing the attack. A final series of FPV strikes targeted remaining armored vehicles attempting to retreat or find cover. One drone performed a steep terminal dive, impacting the top of a vehicle and causing a large secondary explosion, suggesting the detonation of onboard ordnance. Another was seen chasing down a moving target before impacting its rear. The defensive operation conducted by the Azov Brigade near Kostiantynivka resulted in the decisive defeat of a Russian mechanized assault. The coordinated use of reconnaissance UAVs for real-time intelligence and FPV, loitering munitions for precision strikes, proved highly effective in neutralizing a numerically significant armored force. Key outcomes of the engagement include neutralization of the assault group. The Russian armored column was stopped and systematically dismantled, failing to achieve its primary objective of breaking through Ukrainian defensive lines. Significant material losses for Russian forces, at least 2 amphibious infantry fighting vehicles and 1 main battle tank were confirmed destroyed or severely damaged, with several other armored vehicles also being struck and neutralized. Suppression of infantry. The dismounted infantry component of the assault was targeted and disrupted, preventing them from continuing the mission on foot and inflicting further casualties. This engagement serves as a clear example of the tactical paradigm shift on the modern battlefield. It highlights how relatively inexpensive, domestically produced drone systems, when employed with skill and supported by robust intelligence, can effectively counter traditional mechanized warfare tactics. The operation successfully defended a critical sector of the front line, degrading Russian offensive capabilities in the area and demonstrating the proficiency of Ukrainian drone warfare units in a complex, high-intensity defensive scenario. The Russian assault was not merely halted, it was comprehensively routed, with its constituent parts targeted and destroyed in a sequential and tactically logical manner. The tactics you've just seen are shaping the future of warfare. To ensure you don't miss our next detailed analysis of these evolving battlefields, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. If this report provided you with valuable insight, liking the video helps us continue to bring you these crucial updates from the front line. Stay informed with us.